on the channel, it's a return of the Kyle Peterson Top 5. In today's video, I'm counting down the top 5 McFarlane Toys figures I missed out on.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and we'll go back to the channel for another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5, a Thursday tradition here on the channel, as each and every Thursday we're doing a top 5 and occasionally a top 10 countdown. And today we're to the top 5 varieties, and this one's a little different than our traditional top 5, top 10 countdowns, as today this one has no particular order. It could be any order. This is just 5 figures I missed out from McFarlane Toys and their DC Multiverse line, Collector's Edition line, Page Punchers, all points in between, exclusives, you name it. 5 figures I missed out on that I do want to pick up sometime. Not sure if it's going to happen, as these are very costly figures at this point. But these are 5 figures that I missed out. Either I passed on it, had no chance to get them, whatever the answer may be. Maybe you could even call this the top 5 most wanted. Call it what you will, but of course, as usual, this is my list. Put your list in the comments down below. What are 5 figures from the McFarlane line you missed out on that you hope to pick up one day? And never say never on this stuff, but I don't really want to pay more than retail or whatever that price was. We'll see what happens in the future here, but these are 5 interesting DC figures, and I'll give a little story of why I missed out on them in this video. So without further ado, let's kick it off. Number 5. Down here at number 5, and once again, no particular order in these, just 5 figures, and you got to start somewhere when you're doing a countdown. We're starting at number 5 here. In number 5 edition, we go to San Diego Comic-Con. Beautiful this time of year. More specifically, we go to San Diego Comic-Con 2025, just last year's Comic-Con. Now, McFarlane Toys had a lot of different exclusives, of course, at the McFarlane booth. I had no problems grabbing those. Went to the booth, picked them up, bought them. Done deal. However, they had one extra exclusive that was at another vendor, and it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And I said, okay, I'm going to go get it. I'll go check it out. And the line was just like an eternity. Hours and hours of wait time. I said, well, I'll come back later. Okay, it's still busy. I'll come back tomorrow. Okay, it's still busy. I'll come back the next day. Next thing you know, I don't wait in line for this one. I miss it. And I said, you know what? If I have to pay $20 extra online, maybe it'll be released down the road online on McFarlane's website somewhere else. Well, unfortunately, that never did happen, and we're talking about the Collector's Edition Beast Boy. Now, we got Beast Boy in the Collector's Edition, but this was the variant edition. It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Man, oh man, this has to be one of the most valuable McFarlane figures, definitely in the last year, but in the whole line itself since the beginning, as it really never went for sale anywhere else outside of San Diego Comic-Con, which is very, very strange. So this is very short made. They didn't make a lot of these, or they're all sitting somewhere to be released in the future. I'm not sure, but every time I look at this, the price point's way out of whack of what I want to pay. I'm not paying over $100 for a $40-ish figure. Just not going to happen for the DC line here. But man, that Beast Boy, I thought I was going to get it no problem. Ended up missing it, and now it sounds like I'll never have it in my collection. But San Diego Comic-Con Beast Boy comes in, number 5. Next up at number 4 was a figure I said, I don't need right away. I'll get it down the line. I wasn't familiar with the figure. Now I'm kicking myself. At number 4, we go to a Kyle. We always love a good Kyle. We go to Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern, but in a plot twist from the New 52, if I'm not mistaken. It's the blue edition Kyle Rayner. It is a gold level exclusive, of course, a McFarlane store exclusive. All but sold out at this point. Very, very hard to find. My hope for this one is to find a loose version at a toy show, or maybe our friends Jay's Toys and Games one of these days. But I unfortunately missed out on this. Wasn't deep into the McFarlane line. You're going to see that a little bit more in this countdown here. I wasn't a completionist, and I'm pretty close to a completionist at this point. However, I didn't really start that way. I was more dabbling and then just kind of snowballed. But there are some pieces of old that I missed out on, passed on, whatever it may be. Some of those not worth very much money. Some of them have been improved. But ones like this Kyle Rayner, it went and it's gone. It's not to be seen again. Now the aftermarket is extremely expensive on this. So we'll see if I ever end up tracking one of these down. But the new 52 Kyle Rayner Blue Edition comes in number 4. We hit the halfway point of the countdown. You got your list together. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a particular order this time. Usually I'm a stickler for it, but not with this video here. But now we're at the number 3 selection. And once again, we put on our lantern ring. We go to Hal Jordan. That is my Green Lantern. That's what I think of with Green Lantern. Hal Jordan comes in number 3, but it's the Twilight Green Lantern that was a Walmart Collector Con exclusive earlier this year. I am absolutely shocked. I got iced out on the pre-order like that happens to a lot of people, or you get your order canceled. For whatever reason, could not pick it up at Walmart. Have never seen that available anywhere. Have never seen it in a Walmart store. I almost wonder if it even exists. However, I have seen people post pictures of it online, but missed it. Have seemingly had no opportunity to even purchase this one outside of paying a ton of money on eBay for it, which I'm not going to do. But I love the Green Lanterns. I love Hal Jordan. I love the color scheme on this one, kind of Hal Jordan gone mad. It is a very, very good looking figure. I really hope I can get in my collection. And who knows, maybe Todd, you'll release this one of these days at the end of the line or something, or maybe some of the excess from Walmart will be found. I'm not exactly sure, but another lantern missing from my collection. It is the Twilight Green Lantern, and it does come in at number 3. We're down to the number 2 spot in this very mysterious countdown of action figures that have just eluded me over the last couple of years of the DC McFarlane style. This one here is an interesting one, very controversial. And unfortunately for me at this point in time, this is early in the DC Collector's Edition line. I said, I don't need both of them. I don't need the regular and platinum. I'll just grab the regular. I'm fine with the regular. I don't need doubles. Well, then about 5 series later, I decided to get serious in my McFarlane collecting. I decided to get serious, and I said, you know what? I'm all in. I'm going to get every one of these DC Collector's Edition figures. And at that time, to try to go back and get the Platinum Edition Wonder Woman, almost impossible unless you want to pay an arm and a leg and maybe another appendage along the way. Very disappointing as Wonder Woman, one of the cornerstones of the DC superhero universe. To miss out on this version was very disappointing because it is the preferred version for me personally. Now, we do know we're getting re-releases with a lot of McFarlane. I called this a year ago when the license was coming up. I said, we'll get some of those heavy hitters back out to market. Trust me. Now we're getting the McFarlane Vault towards the end of the year. We're getting Wonder Woman in the regular style packaging, not collector's edition, but it's not the platinum version. So the platinum will still elude me here. Will I pick it up? Will I play that long game? We'll see what ends up happening. But this Wonder Woman, extremely difficult to get right when it came out, and even more difficult to get as time has went on, unfortunately. So Wonder Woman is going to come in extra hot at number 2, which means there can only be one. What is number 1 on this list of things I missed out on from the DC line? Well, stay tuned. Here we are. We're at the number 1 spot in the countdown. You got your list together. Make sure you put it in the comments down below. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and take that extra step. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Kyle Peterson 2.0. 2 channels with content each and every single day for you out there in YouTube lands. But here we are at the number 1 figure. Once again, no particular order, but this is the first figure that made me think of this list, as this one I did miss out on. Once again, it goes to the DC Collector's Edition line. There's a regular, there's a platinum. Didn't really matter a whole lot to me. I said, I'm fine with just the regular edition. So I skipped out on the platinum, even though I saw the platinum numerous times. Since then, I haven't seen it around too much. I don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it. So I did miss out on it. It is basically the cornerstone. I guess it could be the argument between Batman and Superman, but we're going to Superman. We're going to DC Collector's Edition Series 1 Platinum Superman. Much like the Wonder Woman, it is getting a re-release, but the Platinum's not getting the re-release. It's the regular edition that's getting re-released. So the Platinum's still going to be a little bit of my white whale there. As far as DC Collector's Editions, Beast Boy, Wonder Woman Platinum, San Diego Comic-Con Beast Boy, I should say. Wonder Woman Platinum and Superman Platinum are the 3 I am missing from my collection. Everything else I do have. Very disappointing. I do wonder, though, we'll get the more vaults from the Vault McFarlane figures. Maybe something from this list will be in there. And I was kind of hoping we'd see that Superman re-released when they did show, oh, we're re-releasing that collector's edition, but it seems to be the regular, not the platinum. Man, the hunt continues. But it's interesting. Out of all the figures I'm missing, this is basically it as far as the heavy hitters. Everything else I have in the collection. That collector's edition Hawkman Platinum with an all-timer. I'm not missing that one. I have that one in the collection. I'm just missing a few of the movie figures from like the Batman movies and stuff. But that's just not really my scene for most part. I don't really get any of those. So as far as I'm concerned, we'll see how the line finishes out. but there's only a key few pieces. These 5 ones here that I would dabble with in the future. And that is one thing that's nice when toy lines do end. It is always sad, but it's nice to have a beginning and an end. And now you can really say, okay, these are true long game ones. We'll see when I end up picking these up. So my plan is to pick these up one day. We'll see what ends up happening. But as of right now, I'm only missing 5 key pieces from the DC Multiverse line. And with the line ending at the end of 2026, maybe I'll focus in because I'm going to be saving money from buying those figures that are new coming out. I can put some of those funds towards this. That being said, we'll see where the Mattel line goes for DC in the future as well. So there it is, another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5. A stressful one, a different one than we usually do here. But I'd be interested to hear what you missed out on from the McFarlane line over the last, I don't know, how long have they had this? Todd, how long you had this contract? You can't even remember? It was before you had that goatee? Oh, okay. Well, maybe something like that. But it's been quite a few years, and it's always sad when a line leaves. But then there's new opportunities on both ends, and we'll cover those on the channel in the future. So there it is, another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to both my YouTube channels. Check out YouTube channel memberships. Check out Patreon for more content. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available where podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube each and every single Tuesday. So for a little McFarlane Top 5, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?